And okay, looks like we are starting. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the power of gratitude. And, we go through life and we have our experiences, and we are left every day, I believe, with a choice. We can look at what happened, both good and bad. We can be grateful for it in some way, or we can just refuse to be grateful. We can agonize on it. We can be angry about it. We really have a couple different emotions that we can decide that we're going to cultivate in our lives concerning our lives. We can learn to be gracious, or we can be ingracious. We can have gratitude, or we can be just hitting the fan and being angry and PO'd about everything that happens in our life. And the power of gratitude, really, the power of being grateful for what you have, is far more powerful, I think, than the power of anger. Uh, for example, okay, let's look at something that happened to me not too long ago. Actually, this is something that's been happening in my life over the last several years, but I've only recently become aware of it. Back in 2015, I believe, I created a certain YouTube channel, and it was talking about Hermeticism, crafts, arts. I called it Hermetic Temple Arts because, yeah, I was studying Hermeticism. I was just getting into it, really getting into it at that time. And we were always interested in arts and crafts in some capacity. So I decided, why not build a YouTube channel around both? And I've always been spiritually minded. And so I thought, okay, we'll talk a little bit about arts and crafts, do a little bit of spiritual teaching on the side in a non-sectarian, non-denominational sort of a way, and just be pretty much, Unitarian in our approach. And so I did. And I had a few videos that, were okay. I mean, I thought they were great. Other people were beginning to watch, and we were getting a few views, not too many. And so I made several more videos and added them to the list. And then after probably about 6 months of just trying to build that channel up, I had only a handful of subscribers. My videos were only getting a few views. And I thought, what's the point? And I'd be better off spending my time on other things. I have other businesses that I want to build up. So I let that YouTube channel go. And I forgot about it for about 2 years. And then just out of the blue, one of the email addresses that I had associated with that account, it was getting, I got a notice from YouTube about one of my videos. And one of my videos was getting a lot of attention. And I was getting a lot of subscribers from that one video. One video on how to burn frankincense without a fire, without burning it, just by heating it up in a neutral fluid. That video was getting eyeballs. It was becoming very popular. In my understanding, it was going viral. Now, it wasn't going viral compared to like Chewbacca Mom viral, not that level of viral, but by comparison to other videos that I had made, it was going viral to my liking. And so I went back and I checked, and yeah, I was getting like 500 subscribers. So I made a few more videos, and then I got a little bored with it, and I set it aside. And just a few months ago, just out of the blue, I decided, what the heck, let's go back, let's check on that channel again, because I'm interested in building up other channels. And I thought, let's see what that channel has done over the last few years. Well, over the last few years, I've gotten over 1,000 subscribers to that channel. And this is without me working it. This is just off of old content that I had put up on that channel. And so I thought, okay, I can work with this because I'm still very much into spirituality. These evening streams that I do, I like them to have a spiritual quality to them. Tonight, we're talking about gratitude. I like to talk about other spiritual topics too. So I thought, okay, I can easily monetize that channel now. It's got a lot of views, a lot of eyeballs, a lot of subscribers. Let's go back and get into that account and do a little bit of maybe rebranding and see if I can monetize it as still a spiritual channel, but one in which I talk mostly about spirituality rather than arts and crafts. And lo and behold, I found out I couldn't log in to that YouTube channel because A, the original phone number that was associated with it, I no longer have. B, the email that I used building that channel, no longer have access to it. And C, I haven't figured out a back door to get into that channel. So I've been laughing about this for the last couple of weeks. A few years ago, I would have been PO'd about this because I would have thought, oh my God, here I am. I always wanted to build up a YouTube channel to the point where I could now monetize it. I got this channel monetizable, and now I've lost control over it. I don't know how to get back in. I don't know what I can do to get back into this thing. And I'm laughing about it. Instead of being teed off and mad at myself, mad at the universe, mad at the phone company, mad at my email service, what have you, I'm laughing about it because I'm choosing to be grateful. I had one YouTube channel that I built up over the years that really took off. And even if I've lost control over that channel, I know I did it once, I can do it again. And that fills me with a sense of gratitude. So yeah, a few years ago when if this would have happened a few years ago, if something like this happened to me a few years ago, yeah, I'd be mad. I'd be boiling mad. I'd be yelling and screaming and throwing things. I mean, just choosing anger, just acting like a real idiot, actually. But now the stuff like this happens, and I know I have a choice. I don't have to be angry about this. I can be grateful. And you know what I'm doing? I'm going back. I'm looking at that channel. I'm looking at the videos. I'm looking at the number of views. And I'm doing a little video autopsy. I'm looking at the keywords that I had associated with those videos, the titles, the descriptions, the keywords that I had in those areas. And I'm trying to see, is there a formula to why some videos performed very well and why some videos were just overlooked? And I'm finding what that formula is. And I'm learning about formulas like that in another training that I have, another training that I am using to teach myself how to do this better in the future. And so, yeah, instead of being angry about me being so stupid, so careless, that I would build up a successful, what I consider to be a successful YouTube channel, and then lose control of it, instead of being angry about that and beating myself up over it, I'm choosing to be grateful. Because you know what this proves? It proves that I can do it. I did it once. I can do it again. And that's the level of confidence that I have moving forward. And I am grateful that I now have that level of confidence rather than just being angry at myself, angry at Google, angry at YouTube, angry at the world. Yeah, I'm not going down that road anymore. I realize I've got a choice. And there are other things in life. We can choose to be angry about how things turned out. or we can choose to be grateful for the experience and what it taught us. And it's one thing to have tragedy in your life. We all have tragedies in our life. Not everybody learns from those tragedies. And when you suffer a tragedy, you suffer a setback, you suffer a disappointment, and you learn from that disappointment. Be grateful that you had that experience, because you're way ahead of the rest of the pack. You're probably way ahead of 80% of the people on this planet. 80% of the people on this planet, maybe even higher, maybe 90%. I'm just pulling numbers out of the air here. I've got no firm statistics to base this on, but just from my own general experience, I would say the vast majority of people, when they go through some sort of disappointment, some sort of tragedy, things don't work out, a lot of times they will blame everybody else except themselves. They will refuse to take responsibility. They'll be angry. They'll be PO'd, and they won't learn anything from the experience. If you've suffered some setbacks, if you've suffered some disappointments, if you've even suffered some major tragedy, and you've learned from it, be grateful, because that has been an educational experience. And depending on the level of suffering and tragedy associated with that learning experience, well, that's the cost that it took for you to learn your lesson. So if you've learned something, walk away from that experience with joy and gratitude. As crazy as that may seem to be hearing that, but you can walk away from that experience with joy and gratitude. Because one thing that I've learned through my life, I've lost loved ones, I've lost friends, I've lost people through death, I've lost people through misunderstandings and broken relationships. But one thing that I have learned through all these experiences, life is a school. We are here ideally to learn. And this life it's over in a blink of an eye on a cosmic scale, whether you live 10 minutes or 10,000 years. I know people won't live 10,000 years physically in the body, but that's just an expression. But whether it's a 10-minute lifespan or a 100-year lifespan, we're here to learn. And it's hard to imagine what a life of only 10 minutes, what we can learn from that. But there are some people who have learned lessons from babies that have died unexpectedly. And, they've walked away from that experience and they've learned, okay, life is precious. This material life is precious. Take nothing for granted. Learn to enjoy every moment, because you have no understanding of how long any of this is going to last. It can literally be over in a heartbeat. And there are people who've learned that lesson through suffering, through tragedy. And they have gone from being people who could care less about life to people who care very deeply about things, because they know it can all be over sooner than most people realize. But we're all here to learn something. And when you learn something and you realize you've learned it, be grateful for that experience, because you fulfilled one of your duties that we all have as a human being. And that is to come here to this material plane to learn and to grow. And if you're learning and growing, you've got something to feel grateful for, no matter how much crud has been thrown at you in this earthly life. If you've learned from it, you have a reason to feel some level of gratitude. And the power of gratitude is this. Hang on, I'll be right back. Coming back. Told you I'd be right back. Gratitude is like a magnet. You know how magnets are. I've got one magnet right here. Got another magnet right over there. Where is that camera? There it is. See what's going to happen here. Right now it's repelling. That's not the power of gratitude. That's the power of anger. These two magnets, oops, there it is. It shifted from anger to gratitude. Yeah, this pole here, gratitude, it's the magnet. Anger, it repels. See, I can't force these two magnets together. They're repelling one another. That's anger. Anger will literally push stuff away. I just let go of that magnet. The power of this magnet pushed it away. Now, gratitude is the opposite. It won't push stuff away. It will attract good things to you. Anger will repel good people away from you. Good people, happy people, loving people, they don't want to be around folks that are yelling and screaming all the time. They don't want people who are showing ingratitude, who are just demanding, and never saying thank you. You know, good people are attracted to other good people. Good opportunities. We can attract them into our life through gratitude. We can attract them by being open to new experiences, or we can repel them by being angry about stuff that bit us in the butt years ago and just yelling and screaming about past hurts. We can be pushing away new experiences that might be profitable for us, providing we've learned our lesson from those past bad experiences. And sadly, the main lesson that many people will learn is that I failed at this business, so that makes me a failure, and I can't do my own home business. Sadly, that's the lesson that a lot of people learn. If, however, you learn why you failed, if you learn what you did wrong, and you learn what you could do differently to make things work out differently, to make things work out better, then you've learned a real lesson that can be very, very rewarding for you moving forward in your home-based business career. So yeah, the power of gratitude is strong. You know, if you're grateful to the universe, if you're grateful to the God of your understanding for allowing you to have had the experiences that you have had and survive in the physical body. And I always differentiate between that because I don't believe in death. Okay, that's one of my odd Buddhist Hindu concepts there. I don't believe in death. Death is a change. It's a transition from one life to another. The body dies, yes. We have to take care of this body, but your spirit, we also have to take care of the spirit too, by the way. But the spirit survives. It moves onward. Death is really just a rebirth. I don't believe in my own personal life. I don't believe death is anything to be feared. I also say it's nothing to be rushed into either. But yeah, with that attitude, I've learned to accept that even the most tragic circumstances that have surrounded me in my own personal life, as long as I can learn and grow from it, there is something in that tragedy that I can be grateful for. As long as I'm learning to be a better person, to treat other people in a better way, and to try to do what I can do to repair the damage that I've done by some of the stupid things I've done in the past. If I can make amends, if I can repair that damage in some way, then go for it and be grateful that I can make a difference in that way. And if I can't, just follow the Dalai Lama's advice. If you can't do any good, at least do no further harm and keep your distance. So there is a lot we can learn in life from every experience, good and bad. And if you have learned something positive from all the negative experiences that life has thrown at you so far, then that is a reason for gratitude. And once you learn to feel gratitude, real gratitude in your heart, that gratitude will become like a magnet. It will start attracting good people to you. And this can be useful in all kinds of networking. not just business networking, but personal relationships, spiritual relationships, building up civic organizations. If you have a sense of love and gratitude and wanting to do good for other people, all brewing up in your heart, that's going to work like a magnet, attracting the right people to you at just the right time. If you choose, however, to focus on anger, to focus on the bad things that happen to you and the bad things that you perceive happen to you and others, and you just dwell on that anger is going to be like the opposite pole of the magnet, pushing everything good away from you. You'll be attracting negative people, yes, but you'll be repelling the positive people. So yeah, just learn that lesson of magnetism. Gratitude is like the magnet that attracts people to you, good people to you, positive experiences to you. Anger repels. The power of gratitude, I believe, is much stronger. So yeah, try this experiment in your own life. When you're happy, when you're grateful, what happens to you by and large? Do good things tend to materialize for you more easily? Are good people more attracted to you? And then what happens when you dwell on anger? When you dwell on negative things, the negative stuff? Is it easier for you? Is it harder for you? Think about this and let me know in the comments below. Agree, disagree? What do you think? Is gratitude more powerful than anger? I think it is. From my own personal experience, I think it's a much more positive force to harness. And I myself would rather harness the power of love and gratitude than hatred, bitterness, and anger and hurt. That's just the way I'm wired right now. I've been wired oppositely before, and I've learned to change my worldview and my own inner understanding of the heart. So it's a choice we can all make, and we're all free to make it. I've made my choice. What about you? Okay, this is Ralph signing out. I'm not going to flash any business opportunities, but I will flash. Don't get too excited here. I will flash. Where's my flashy thing? I will flash this little mindset tool that I use. This is a great one for waking up in the morning with a positive attitude about growth and finance and becoming more successful in any life endeavor. This is called the Grow Rich Mastermind Call, and you can get complete access to this free at ralphshomebiz.com/growrich. And this is a morning call that you can attend live if you want to. If you can't attend live, you can catch the recorded call, but you can also get access to the books and the materials that we use in this call. We've got Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. You can find that in PDF format. We've got The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. You can find that in PDF format. The Science of Getting Rich, Wallace D. Wattles. We got that in PDF format. We got Ralph Waldo Emerson in PDF format, some of his writings. So yeah, you can find all that material by using that link, ralphshomebiz.com/growrich, and just read through some of this stuff. Take a little bit of time in the morning, sit with this stuff, attend the call if you can, live, and if you can't, catch the call whenever you can, and just let this stuff start seeping into your heart, seeping into your consciousness, and it has the ability to start rewiring your brain for success. Even if you are just bound, set, and determined that you want to be a failure for the rest of your life, what we talk about in these live calls or recorded calls, what is discussed in this material, once it seeps into your subconscious, might be enough to shift you from being an absolute failure to wanting to be a person that wants to become more successful, grow in success, and start experiencing abundance in your life. Magnets are wired a certain way. We are wired a certain way, and we can make the choice to rewire ourselves in a more positive way once we have some basic tools to do it with. This is one tool here you can use like that. So yeah, it's absolutely free. Check it out. If it works for you, fine, great. If it doesn't work for you, just walk away from it. No risk whatsoever. But I found a lot of value in this group, found a lot of value in this material. I've been using Think and Grow Rich for a couple of years now, and I've been aware of this call for only a couple of months. And I've been sitting with this, growing with it, and yeah, it can have an impact. So yeah, join me there if you like. Okay, this is Ralph signing out. Thanks for dropping by. We'll catch you tomorrow in tomorrow's streams. Until then, take care, and we'll catch you later, my friends. Bye-bye. And let's see if we can end this. There we go. Yes.